All right, for the last section of this worksheet, we are going to determine the value of each function at the given value of x. So all that means is we just have to plug in the number they give us. So for example, on number 6, it says for m of x is equal to 7x minus 15, determine m of 4. So that means they replaced the x with 4. So any other time you see an x, please replace it with a 4. So 7 times 4 minus 15. So let's simplify this. So 7 times 4 minus 15. According to PEMDAS, we must do the multiplication first. So 7 times 4 is 28, and then we have minus 15. Subtracting this, 28 minus 15, we're going to get 13. So 13 is our final answer. Let's try this again on part B. Part B, we have x replaced by negative 2. So on the equation, we have 7x, so 7 times negative 2 minus 15. According to PEMDAS, we must multiply first, so 7 times negative 2 is negative 14, and then we have minus 15. And then we must combine these numbers finally and get our answer, which is negative 29. Last but not least, we are plugging in a fraction, which I know scares people, but don't worry, a fraction is a number just like any other. So we're going to plug in the fraction into our equation. So 7 times x minus 15. So we're going to multiply 7 times 1 over 7. When you do this, you can multiply the number times the number on the top. So this would give us 7 times 1 is 7, and you keep the number on the bottom. 7 over 7 minus 15. 7 divided by 7 is just 1 minus 15. And then simplifying 1 minus 15, this is negative 14. So just to recap, when you have a fraction and you're multiplying it by a whole number, multiply the whole number by the top of the fraction to get the new top of the fraction. And the bottom number stays the same. Okay? So now I'm going to give you guys a chance to pause the video and try number 7 on your own. Alright, so now we are unpaused, and for number 7, I want to remind you, if you did it correctly, that's amazing, wonderful. And if you did it incorrectly, you made a mistake, that's also wonderful, because every single time you make a mistake, you give yourself a chance to learn. So let's plug in our first value, which is 3. So we are plugging it into this equation, negative 3 times x plus 19. So negative 3 times 3 plus 19. So we're going to multiply first. We get negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. And then we have plus 19. So that gives us our final answer as 10. So once again, if you made a mistake, that's okay. It's all part of the learning process. Now let's plug in the negative 1. So our equation is negative 3x. Oops. Don't know how that happened. Okay, let's scroll back. Wow, that was weird. Okay, I mean, I guess, okay, there, finally. Well, that was weird. Okay, so we are plugging in our negative 1. So we have negative 3 times negative 1 plus 19. Simplifying this, we have negative 3 times negative 1 gives us a positive 3. Remember, a negative times a negative gives you a positive. So we have 3 plus 19, which brings us to 22. Final answer, 22. Okay, last but not least, we have to plug in 2/3. So plugging it into our equation. And so here we have another fraction multiplication situation over here. So we're going to multiply the top two numbers to get our new number on top. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. and then we keep the 3 on the bottom. And then we have plus 19. Simplifying this, negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2, and it's still plus 19. And then finally, combining that, we get 17 as our final answer. Alright, so that's it for this section where we determine the value of each function given the value of x. Your task for the rest of this lesson is to finish the skills practice assignments as listed over here. So you can either take out your book and do it there, upload pictures, or you can do it on a separate piece of paper based on looking at these, or you can print it out, whichever it is that helps you the best.